are you doing? Hello Twitch, hello YouTube. Let's go. Hey, welcome back for another day on the Datsun. Hey, to make a change. Today we are waiting basically on me going to refill the gas bottle for the welder, so we cannot push more like forward on everything that is related to basically the frame rail and stuff like that. So until then we're gonna work on something else. I should go on lunch break to fill that bottle, but yeah, so this morning it's gonna be a super chill, super cozy little stream with basically working on the pedal assembly, the pedal box. So let me show you a little bit more. I don't think we can see it properly. Wait a sec. There we go. So this morning the plan is to basically put a third pedal in there, because we are going from an automatic to a manual transmission. So you know, we need that third pedal action in there, so we can do some proper burn. We can basically shift gears, right? Like no burnout. We're not doing that here. And yeah, so basically we're gonna be working on that this morning. So I bought a second-hand, of course it's second-hand, 40 years old car, and I bought basically a pedal box assembly that is from eBay, somewhere in the US, I think. Send me that. And basically one thing you have to know is that most of the time when you're buying a manual transmission car, the brake pedal and the clutch pedal are gonna be on the same assembly, and the throttle pedal is gonna be on a different assembly, which mean basically in my car, since the car like on its original form was a manual, I already had in here a manual like double pedal box. However, the clutch pedal has been removed and was nowhere to be seen. Like I've looked in every box of parts, some crates, some stuff I had up there in the garage, and absolutely nothing. I took a look to like picture I took back in the days of all the parts I had. No clutch pedal in there. I have a throttle pedal somehow, but I don't have a clutch pedal. So yeah, so basically I wanted to have one, of course, and yeah, so I needed to buy one. So you cannot just buy the clutch pedal itself with the mechanism in there. You have to buy the entire assembly, which was a bit pricey, but not too bad at the same time. You know, like fair price for what it is, but you have more than what you need in there, so that's a thing. However, we did score an electrical module in there that I'm really happy to have, because the one on the Datsun was blown, and I know I have a spare one, but I don't remember where, so we might be just transferring that one straight in there, so we don't have to bother about it. It's for the wipers, the wiper module, so we're gonna use that for sure, knowing that usually they resell for around $170 last time I checked, when I found out mine was cooked. So I'm really happy with that one. So yeah, so basically that's what we are going to do this morning. So like I said, I have an assembly there. I have mine that is here. You can already tell just by the color of it that I want to keep that one because it's in better shape. So basically I'm gonna take the brake pedal from, not the brake, the clutch pedal from the other assembly and just swap it over here. So I already have also the mechanism in here. I just don't know if I'm gonna keep that one. It seems a bit I will say dusty maybe, but yeah, we will see. I will start by figuring out how to move that clutch pedal in there. So with that said, I'm gonna bring you around here. Dual side. Dual side. The button's not working. Side cam. Oh, it's working. It's just me who's bad. There we go. So we can see pedal, brake, clutch, just brake. We need to swap. We even have the sensor remaining in the mine, so I don't know if we're gonna swap them. Here at least I have the connectors, so we might just follow the connectors and bring them over here, so we're gonna have them for later on the car. So yeah, dual side. Dual side. Hey, there you go. Hey, what's up, Micah? Good morning. When I did my clutch swap like you're doing, I found that the WD-40 lithium lube helped a lot to get it all nice and ready. Also help get some of that surface rust rub off. Oh, that's a pretty good idea. And I do think that I have something like this. I have lithium grease, that's for sure, because for the oils I need some. But yeah, the WD-40 might take a look at that and try to remove that. I'm thinking about reshooting the clutch pedal. However, for now, I think, all right, front cam. I'm gonna lie to myself and put that in here and say once it's gonna be working, when we're gonna be removing the entire mechanic, I'm gonna remove the clutch pedal and repaint it because it's rusty. Am I going to do that? I hope so. I don't know future me how is gonna feel about that. From their professional line, they have some new product that actually work really well, even a bulk solvent for nuts. Oh shit, for real, that's cool. Yeah, honestly, there's some really good stuff out there with WD-40, so it's really not like bad. I think like for penetrance, like rust penetrance, you can find better than WD-40 base product, but the one I'm using here is PB Blaster, I think. Yeah, it's this one. So I've looked at a few different tests, and yeah, the PB Blaster is really good. They were using like rusted bolts into a transparent block of plastic. They were threading holes in there, really, and like putting the rusted bolts really tight in there. Then they were shooting on top some different lubricant, and then they were looking 24 hours later how much of them did go through the threads or have the threads or stuff like that. That's redneck rust magic. Yes, it's the best blaster for real. It's really good, and it's not like expensive. It's like maybe $1 or $2 more than WD-40, which for me, I feel like it's nothing, to be fair. So yep. All right, so brake pedal assembly. First thing first, I think I'm just going to follow and see what's going on here. See, already one difference I'm noticing, I think. Maybe not, but that's classic 79 stuff. The connector here, it feels like it has been welded to the tab on top here, so we might try to find if I have the proper electrical stuff. I will try to see if I can basically just crimp a proper connector that's gonna go on top. I'm just going to show you dual side. All right, so what I'm talking about is that these are supposed to be electrical just connectors sliding in, and instead they are welded in there. So I'm gonna look at that. Have you seen how you can use electricity in water tank to remove rust or the ultrasonic tubs? Yeah, man, the ultrasonic and basically electrolyzing. Yeah, exactly, electrolyzes is what they call it in English, I think. Yeah. Basically, there's few people in here, I think, doing that, or at least yeah, there's acid tank also, basically using water and acid with electricity in a tank, in a tub, so they can put the entire car in there. It's really crazy, but damn, it's expensive. Yeah, it's really insane. Honestly, you just have to take care of one thing. If your base chassis is not in good condition, a minimum in good condition, you're gonna be crying because it's gonna be some cheese after that. Everything's gonna be pierced with all holes everywhere. Nice. Micah is the do everything man, basically. I feel like you have done so many things. It's crazy. And it's cool. It's really, really cool. All right, so we don't have on either side the grommets, however, that is supposed to hold, yeah, to hold, like there's a bump, a little bump there supposed to close the switch, and we don't have that in there. So we might do one with just standard bolts, we will see. So yeah, what I was saying is that the electrical connector on this side, we're gonna need to maybe just put something on top here. So for now, we just move the entire assembly, but I would love to maybe keep that one, seems in better shape. All right, one thing I think I'm noticing, I feel like my bracket might be bent. This one's going this way. Voice. All right. For now, I'm just going to deactivate because there's going to be a lot of talking. I'm going to be deactivating the voice control. Got to go with the mouse because we have it close to us. Stop listening. Thank you, but I didn't put the comment last night. Was too busy playing games and stuff, you know. Oh, that's probably why. Nice noise. Same. All right, I'm just going to take a look here. All right, we have that one here. We have some black paint that we're gonna be able to use. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove the little cheeky bricky brake, clutch pedal. I'm always saying brake. I'm gonna say it so many times this morning. Oh, by the way, Micah, just so you know, I've been talking to Huck this morning a little bit, and she's saying that she will be really happy to play with both of us. Maybe tonight at Tarkov, so just telling you. She's missing you, she said. We will be a really good trio to go around and kill everything. It's not the good one I just took. All right. So I didn't pick the good one. Oh my God, I need to clean up this garage so bad. Oh, church night. Oh, let's go. What I just heard is a lot of gaming, a lot of raids. Love it. It's lovely. I think Hawk is maybe behind us a little bit, so I propose we maybe work on her quest. Anyway, I have quests almost everywhere, so it shouldn't be a big problem. All right, so let's remove that. Is the camera close enough? I'm gonna try to move you a little bit closer. There you go. Oh, those wheels. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Nah, she has a lot going on in her life, so I feel like we will have to see. Hey, what's up, Blue? What's up? All right, that was easy. I was expecting more resistance. Oh, we saw something happen with the spring. I probably should have removed springs before, because we have, that might do it. All right, we're okay with that one. So here, basically how it's working. Damn, look at that thing, man, never seen pedal out of a car. Hey, salut Nick, let's go! What's up, bon matin? Hey, so many people, let's go. Yeah, you never saw that? Okay, all right, so this morning we're basically swapping a clutch pedal into the car. Originally, the car was a manual, so this big part at the back here is basically the exact same thing because, like I said, my car was manual. However, it was converted to automatic later on, and then after it was converted to automatic, they just trashed the clutch pedal. So I have to find a new one, which is there now, and I had to basically see if I had every parts for that. Now I do. However, this is rusty. This is beautiful. So might as well, hey, use that clutch pedal, but put it in my assembly to keep everything cool and clean. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And yeah, so that's basically brake and clutch, and throttle pedal is still in the car because they are most of the time split into different assembly. What's going on? Let's go. Comment ça va, Nick, à matin? Comment vas-tu? Monsieur, you're gonna say what everyone else is saying. I am not ignoring you. Barely played since last week. Nah, man, just miss you. Smooth moves. Hell yeah. On Fox Body Mustang, all you have to do is take a plasma cutter and make a tiny big card size hole and it fits. No way, for real. That's crazy. Yeah, well, I don't have a plasma cutter, so yeah. So like I was saying, the clutch pedal assembly basically is going to be working with linkage, pivot point, and springs. So the springs itself will help bringing the pedal back and pushing it. So it's gonna help you to reach the bottom of it and also help you bring it back to the top. So therefore, the brake master cylinder, the clutch master cylinder that's gonna be at the back here won't have to force too much against the pedal. So it will initiate the movement, and the spring is gonna take the rest of the load and work it out. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so let's remove that. What's going on in here? Hello there. What's up, David? Woo, party this morning. So we have a little tab going through there. I think I can, yeah, that's just in here. All right, and then we can just do that. There you go. So here is a clutch pedal. Fun thing is, you see how it's bent and everything? It looks so simple and everything, but honestly, if you're trying to build your own custom clutch pedal, it could be really bad. Like the pivot, the way everything is bent to work with this assembly is really specific to something. I've seen some guys on YouTube just welding two type of pedal together, and sometimes it works, sometimes you have to work with it. So yeah, you have to like really rearrange the things, and the pivot point are not feeling great. So yeah, you have to take care of that. What's going on? My insurance says 4-cylinder, but I took a total the 99 Cobra SVT and did a powertrain swap. Nice. That's when I dropped the trans on myself and got stuck under Carlo, 16 years. Oh my god, ouf. Ça va vraiment bien en fabrication de panneaux pour contrôler le moteur de bateau pour déplacer le devant. Nice. Nice. Mais qu'est-ce que ça veut dire, un peu de panneaux pour contrôler un moteur de bateau pour déplacer le devant de quoi? Genre, c'est un assemblage pour un client ou c'est de quoi pour toi? Shit show doing that, it's so hard to make custom pedal. Same with the cables attaching to throttle. Don't talk to me about that. Don't start me on that, Micah, because we're gonna have to do it. Throttle cable, oh, what a nightmare. Honestly, I'm kind of afraid of what's waiting for us on that side. because we have to modify it quite a lot. All right, so let's just wash it and we're gonna paint it right now. Just because I know that if I'm not, I'm never going to do that. Let's use a bit of cheeky brake cleaner in here. Remove the grease. Is that norm? Oh, I don't have another one to compare. It's badass, but it's not level 1 amateur job, yeah. Fair. David going strong with the random sound, let's go. Je suis hype pour en fin de semaine, mon bro. Ça va être cool.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Did you know with Amazon Prime, you get a free sub every month? Any primers?
Merci, Jenny. So, I'm just cleaning absolutely everything. There seems to be something going on there. I think when they were welding the sleeve, they basically burst a hole through through the pedal and just said, nah, that's gonna work. Any primers? All right, it's already less disgusting. I mean, it's really not bad. Everything else is really good. Yeah, fair. But like, you see, the weld all around it is in really, really good condition. It's really well done. Like you can see the bead here is really good. It's really on this side. It seems like it went poof. Fuck. All right, we don't care. And I think it's kind of funny. GB Weld. Pour un client de shop sur le devant de certains bateaux du côté droit et du côté gauche, tu as des hélices qui poussent le devant d'un côté ou d'un autre. Oh! Oh shit, c'est bien sick ça! C'est bien sick. Why would I, Micah? There's no point. It's just gonna be between you and me. We will know it's there, but we will let it live. It's gonna be happy forever. All right, okay, you know what? Okay, you mean like in the chat, I guess, that will be 5head. But you know what? I saw a French streamer who's using, basically, she's using an automatic translator on screen. So when she's speaking French, it's automatically translate to English in subtitles. So, and it's really not bad. So honestly, I'm thinking about using that basically when I'm speaking in French with French people. It will translate automatically in English, which will be quite sick, right? Si tu veux voir David, c'est Bagheera au fond parce qu'elle joue. Basically, it's because she plays on a international Minecraft server that they started, and it's pretty cool. It's really funny because I've seen her play with people I've been watching for years on YouTube on the American side, and yeah, she's just playing with them, so it's pretty crazy. Like the Google Translate earbuds they use at like UN. Nice. Yeah, that's basically the same kind of thing. Micah is from everywhere. He lived everywhere. All right, so let's take some cardboard over there. Let's try to spray some paint in here. Transfer there. Hey, Micah is from the United States of America. All right, so there. Let's just put that in here. And I had the black. Ugh. Hey, he went absolutely everywhere, that guy. All right, we have some paint. Let's paint it. So we're going to let it dry. However, I can probably just go ahead and do that edge. Well, I should not put it back. Ah, I fucked up. All right, that's good. And let's do it already on the other side, in fact, because now with that in that position, it's gonna be okay. Like new. Boom. I'm a people person, so I love meeting new people that aren't just American. Yep, that's exactly why Twitch is so awesome. Nice. That's so insane. And at some point, Micah even said he might come visit us in Quebec, which will be quite insane too, right? And maybe, who knows? Maybe one day I will go over there for a hunting trip with Micah. Who knows? Nice. It wouldn't be better to go the other way around? Quebec to Vancouver, then Yukon? Because I think Yukon is more on Vancouver side, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully I don't sound like an idiot on stream right now. It's maybe already too late. All right, so there you go, there you go. We're gonna be transferring this pivot point right now. Oh, okay, makes sense, yeah. The road trip's gonna be on that direction. Okay, I get you. Makes sense now. All right, so we're gonna transfer that pivot point, that's the linkage, helping the mechanism to work with the pedal itself. So there's just a little C-clamp we need to remove in here without stabbing ourselves. I don't know if you saw that, but the C-clamp going in here just went super far at the back, but I think I saw it fall on the ground. Let me try to find it. It just went boop, and it was gone, and it's gone. And I don't have a spare of those clamp in the garage because I don't normally use a lot of them. Oh yeah, I found it. Let's go. Easy win. All right. In 5 years, we are doing caribou and moose in Alaska, and we are driving. Nice, that's crazy. All right, so we're gonna transfer that pivot to that one. That's where it was. and just put back that little seat clamp. I'm gonna need a plier for that one, I guess. A small long nose one, like that, just so I can press it in place. Damn, we heard the clump. That's pretty good. I'm happy because that's my first manual conversion ever. Well, there's a lot of first thing ever on the project happening, and yeah, so far it doesn't seem too bad. Like putting the clutch pedal assembly is a thing. Then after that's gonna be the fluid in there, but fluid is not stressful. You just have to know what module you need, but other than that, it should be good. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh.
World Warlight traded its soul for more HP. Thank you for the support.
What's up, Chef? So Chef just started his engine with a brand new Prime. Let's go. Hey, thank you so much. Big love. I don't have the mouse. Where's my mouse? I wanted to put myself in full screen to tell you I love you. Oh, it's over there on the car. Hey, what's up, Chef? Woo, thank you for that Prime. Holy hell, a brand new Prime. I'm taking that this morning for sure. So, welcome on the channel, welcome in the garage, welcome on a project that's never going to end. If you want to see a little bit more of it and where we are at, or more where we haven't emptied basically everything, there you go. So here's my, or what's left of my Datsun 280ZX 79. And yeah. Well, not much of a car for not much of a man. Oh no, deep. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Chef. And now with the new feature over here, you're gonna be the last sub for a while. Let's go. Boom. Easy peasy. So yeah, welcome by. So cool. Oh, I'm gonna stay in here, put back the camera in place. Hee hee. There you go. Boop. This morning we are basically swapping a clutch pedal into our pedal box assembly, and we're gonna be working on that for a couple of hours, and then yeah. Wow.
Micah32 gifted Lord_Billbock a sub. Enjoy. Micah32 gifted a tier 1 sub to Lord_Billbock.
Wow.
Micah32 gifted Fishersome007 a sub. Enjoy. Micah32 gifted a tier 1 sub to Fishersome007.
Never mind, Chef. You're not gonna be in there for a long time.
Micah32 gifted Explume a sub. Enjoy. Micah32 gifted a tier 1 sub to Explume.
Wow. Boom.
Micah32 gifted Lump Calhoun a sub. Enjoy. Micah32 gifted a tier 1 sub
You
to
had Lump!
Calhoun.
You gifted Lump and NPV, bro!
Micah32 gifted NPV0 a sub. Enjoy.
Bad him.
Micah32 gifted a tier 1 sub to NPV0.
He's gonna think you're in peace with him now. Oh no. Oh my god, Micah, what have you done? Thank you so much. We have a hype train! Hype train in the garage! Let's go! Boom! What up, hype train? The train is working better than the Datsun. It's official. Keeping your enemy closer. Man, what up? What just happened? Holy crap, guys, you're awesome. Whoa. Skid it. Oh man, that's insane. How many was that? You gifted 5 sub. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted sub. And the hype train. Insane. It's so good. Holy crap, you're amazing, guys. You're so amazing. All right, let's keep going. I need to make some good content. Now I have pressure. Hey man, it's all good. I have fun doing that. Like I said, I was telling that to French Tiger French last day. I will be doing that project anyway. If it was not for Twitch, I mean, I will do it for myself, you know, and just having, and that's exactly what I said in TFG's chat last night. I'm not doing that for, oh, please give me money. It's like, honestly, just having you guys this morning while I'm working on the car, like the motivation is through the roof. I don't think I will be able, I'm not the kind of person who can go for days and days and days and days alone on a project because I'm getting tired, I'm demotivating myself and everything. So basically, yeah, just having you there, having you chatting with me, it's like, it means the world for just the motivation part of it. Like, it's so cool to just go ahead and turn on the stream and keep working on the project. Oh, let's go. What's up? Good morning, Lump. Whoa. Thanks for the gift, Micah. Now I can watch one of my favorite streamers. Oh, stop it, you. Whew, I'm gonna blush. The cheddar. Some of that cheddar. All right, now I don't know where I was. Oh yeah, I was starting to talk about what we're doing with that one here. So if we want to keep that, we might use that clutch switch for now and wait for reusing, just keeping our old one for later on if something happened with that one. Yeah, that will be like a good thing. Also, we have the small spring in here, so we're just going to be missing the long spring going from here to the clutch pedal. There you go. Oh, you're so awesome, guys. I can't believe that. I was not expecting that this morning. Like we're just doing some quite simple stuff in there. And yeah, that's the fun part of it. Huh. Now I'm smiling, like I can't stop smiling. Damn. Don't worry, I'm not going to start to cry, I think. All right, so if you want to see something, oh, let's go. Boop. Oh, the wheels. Oh, you're so beautiful. All right, there we go. You're gonna be in my way, but that doesn't matter. So what I'm looking, okay, bye, the spring. So what I'm looking at right now, as you can see, let's put that in the same orientation, so it's gonna be easier. Basically, you can see how straight that sensor is, the clutch switch. This one is kind of bent, and I'm pretty sure that's bad. So I'm gonna be basically just twisting the bracket back to its place. So let's grab a plier to do that, and it's over here. And let's just try to straighten that up just to make sure everything's okay in here. So usually having a good lever, but I really don't know what could have caused that. A bit better, but not perfect. That's a bit better. We're gonna wait with for when we have the clutch pedal, because basically it needs to align with a hole in there, and the hole is gonna have like this kind of grommet inside there to just push the button itself. So when the button is clicked, that means, let's say this one is going to the ECU and telling the ECU, okay, the brake is not engaged, the brake is engaged, and this one is for turning on the light, for example. So yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Guy, again for the hype train. Level 2, 78%, let's go. 6 subs, no way, no freaking way, that's insane. You guys rock. So from now on, let's see what module. That's a win. Just for you, David. All right, so we're gonna remove the module in here. Like I said, we scored a really insane module. That black box right here, it's worth over $170. At least 6 years ago it was, and I guess with the time, that's not something that's losing its value. So yeah, we're gonna make sure we are getting that back. And I don't know at all how to get access there, because there's basically two screws to remove there. All right, let's also put that bolt in here just so we don't lose it. It's the one that's used by the clutch pedal, so let's put that in there. This way we won't be looking for it. Now let's grab a screwdriver. Where's my screwdriver? I had screwdrivers last night. Yesterday morning. Yeah. Oh, I see one in the car. Poop, poop, poop. Going in the car. I have such a huge cleanup to do here. You are an idiot. I thought you got a flow sound into the random sound. I was like, what the hell? But mixing both of them, that's the first time. Easy win. Yo, we don't have, oh, I need to remove the bracket itself and then, all right, let's go. Let's remove the bracket. What's up, NPV? Good morning. Still missing something for this car, mate. Yeah, the clutch pedal, that's exactly what we're doing this morning. Good thing you notice it, NPV. You're the pro here. All right, that's gonna round up the screw, so let's not use that. Let's use proper tools for proper job. Fuck you, David. It's not because you're right that I'm gonna allow that. Kick. All right, now we have access to that. Easy peasy. So we already have that bracket in here, but I think that we might just be reusing that entirely. Just go ahead and put the entire bracket in there. Just removing the connectors. All right, so, all right, let me do something. Future me, that's a message from past you. Wiper module, since it's been like 6 years you haven't touched it, there's a single wire in here, a green with red strip plugging next to the main connector that's in here, which contains mainly green and blue wires. Just so you know, that's what's going on in here. All right, that was a message for future me when I'm not gonna be sure what's going on with that. So we should be able to work it out. Well, let's grab the plier again to remove that little tab at the bottom. Man, my earbuds is just trying to escape my ear, and that's not cool. That's not cool of you. All right. So, there you go. We're gonna remove that. Ow. There, and boom, we have the bracket removed, and we're gonna be replacing that here. It's sad because it's a bit and it's just not clean. Let's clean it. There, we're cleaner over there. Let's make some place. At first I thought it was a bit rusty, but in fact it's just not clean at all. Because yeah, that's not supposed to rust, really. I mean, everything can rust, but... There we go. Let's do the same thing at the back. Woo! Wiper. So I'm right by saying this is the wiper module. I'm not wrong. All right, that's in better condition now. Now I'm not afraid of putting that in the car. Let's go. So with that said, let's move that around here. Then there. So the entire module is going to be in here. There we go. And I had a screw left in here. I know it's for a specific module, so we're just going to put it in here. So later on, if we need it, it's gonna be there. Oh, you see that bracket here? Seems like the holes here might be stripped. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. There was just a bit of dirt in there. All right. Yep. Cool, cool, cool. Now that this is done, I just put that back on. Right, I have a switch here. It's not super happy, I think. There's also this one that's not in use in my car, and somehow here it is. Oh yeah, it was, I think. I just saw the two wire in here. I think we removed those ones. So that's okay. This one should be covered. There we go. Now it's covered. Okay. Now we're gonna grab the sensor over here. Well, the switch, in fact, because it's not really a sensor. It's not measuring anything. Just going to remove that here, and we're gonna remove that. So let's try to grab the proper wrench. 13 will make a bit of sense. No, boy, it's bigger than that. 14. Hey, 14 it is. Okay, bye. All right, so let's push that at the back. Now let's turn that. Let's make sure we're not twisting the wire too much. Bam. So, like I said, this one is basically just a switch, or I would even say an inverted switch. What it's doing, it's basically that, you see, it's a little button at the top that we can push. I don't know. There's a click. So that little click there, basically when the clutch pedal is released, this is clicked, and and yeah, so basically when the clutch pedal is released, you're not pressing it. This is closed like this, and it's when you're releasing it that the signal is telling the computer, hey yo, now we don't have the clutch pedal is engaged, so it's okay, and therefore that's where you can start the car usually. So we're just going to move that in here, because we have the connector and everything. So if we have to do anything with that, we're gonna be able to do it. And I don't think that I have that connector inside the oh my god. I think we might have removed it, in fact. I think we might have removed the wiring loom, which is okay because it was not in use at all. But we might have to wire that to the new ECU. Let me check just quickly on top here. I wouldn't be surprised to find the exact same connector on top here because it's one of the last thing we removed. All right, I don't see it like that on top. Almost killed myself. Man, run new, wires cheap. Yeah, fair. And like I said, anyway, it was just like for the connector itself. So I'm gonna keep that one here because I might just reuse that to have the proper connection like this, but send that to the new ECU anyways. Because I'm guessing that the new ECU will kind of love to have the clutch switch wired in there. Like, it's not something I think you absolutely need, but it's not gonna be a bad thing, that's for sure. So let's screw that in there. So now we're gonna have our connector. I always tell myself that with electrical, because new is always better and cheaper than rework. Clutch switch can be bypassed easily until OBD2. Yeah, exactly. And in fact, technically, I'm gonna be OBD2 with that engine. However, we have to keep in mind I'm using a custom ECU, which means I'm gonna have probably a lot of possibilities with that. What I'm expecting is that the ECU can take the signal from that, but it's not mandatory. Like, it's more if you want to use it to give signal to a specific spot or like a specific thing on the car. Like, for example, flat foot shifting. And that's something we might add, so, le gasp. Yeah, the protection here is not in especially good shape, but yeah. I use the Scotch 33 to keep mine always depressed, so no neutral. Oh, yeah, fair. All it does is keep it from starting when no neutral. Yeah, exactly. So that makes sense. I've already seen something like that. Oh, by the way, you're talking to me about Scotch 33. They changed the branding, but I bought exactly the same thing you were telling me. Scotch 700, that one. So, which was what I had when typing. So, hey. Look, we're getting somewhere with that. I don't know when we're gonna use that, but basically, okay, we have a few kits. So we have crimps for days, and like proper crimps, they look quite good quality. So they are a bit thicker than the Chinese one. We got a shitload of shrink tube already cut to a proper length, and they are basically, they are 4:1. Oh yeah, baby. So 4:1, so we can put bigger one and don't have any issues with that. And I also bought that thing that's gonna be used for the steering column. Well, the steering rack, in fact. Do you know what that is? Does any of you know what that is? That's really cool. That's a kit that's really worth it when you're doing that. Until you forget it's in gear and just crank it. Well, usually you feel the little, because I've been there, I've done that once or twice, and basically you're turning the key, and if there's no clutch safety switch, it's just doing like, poop, poop, oh, and you're like, oh shit, fuck, I forgot, and like you feel bad. You definitely feel bad. That's true, Chef. You are quite a car guy, I think, right?
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Probably a lot of people when I'm talking about car. You have a Subaru, I think. Is that right? Is that you who have a Subaru? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I remember you posted pics of your car, but there's quite a lot of people. Hey, I've been there telling TFG for 2 weeks straight. What's wrong with a Fiat 500? And PV, what's wrong with that? We're putting parts of Fiat 500 in there. Oh, it's a RS guy. Oh. Head gasket. Is your head gasket doing well today? Oh yeah, it's a bit sick, you know, classic Ford stuff. I'm sorry. It's just too easy. It's too easy. All right, so we have even more module in here that we won't need, so that's pretty cool. There you go, and we're gonna take a look here where this is going. Yeah, this is going straight in here. Gonna be keeping that. Hey, pop the hood, pop the VTEC, yo. Come on, pop that VTEC, yo. Right, that one here. Oh, how good it would be if we find the exact same kind of connection that we had on the car, like crimped and put together. Oh my God. I'm freaking done. Micah. No, that one. Do you see something similar to what we have found before in the car? 1 wire, 2 wire on something I bought from eBay. And do you guess that it's a large tape? Do you guess it's crimped under there? With the same exact crimp that I found all around the wiring loom. You know what that means, right? Seems like we're just going to redo them with some heat shrink or your special tape you were talking to me about, cause it's from factory. So Nissan back in the days did some Y-shaped connection in there, and we thought that someone hacked the entire wiring loom on that car. Well, no, it is like that from Datsun in '79. In fact, probably all the Nissan back then, so probably during all the '70s and '80s. But there you go, Y connection crimped together in the car on the wiring loom of something different. Progression. So we know now we can just tape everything back together. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. All right, let's remove that. Let's keep that one. And that one's going where? To the other switch right there. So let's remove that one. Oh my God, I can't believe that. That's excellent. All right then, go ahead, bye-bye. So that one, we're gonna keep it in the Datsun box over there, just because the module in there can be useful, the relays and stuff. Heat shrink those, wait, what? Heat shrink those, use 33 to do like the overall wire wrap to insulate them all, and nice and pretty. Yeah, but the fact is, if I want to reach somewhere like this, like now it's okay because the wire's cut, but there's no place to basically put a shrink tube on them. So either that I'm going through the entire wiring loom, unpinning the connector, sliding a piece of shrink tube in there, but even that right now I will need like 2 things. So yeah, we will have to see what's possible. I might have to use the 33 to wrap them, wrap the connection itself, then wrap the entire thing. So that's gonna be something we're gonna have to deal with later on, that's for sure. There we go, there we go. Is it dry now? Look at this. There's still rust in the front, but hey, it's almost dry. Oh no, there was a drop in there. Shit, I put too much paint. All right, I'm gonna paint the front part of it quickly. There you go. Gonna let it dry a little bit. So if you get the crimps that have the color code nipple, it matches the crimp color and ensure to spec crimp pressure. Oh, I don't have that. I have something cheaper than that, I think. So that we will need to readjust depending on what we're using, that we're okay. Then we're missing the clutch pedal itself. Hey, that's not too bad, honestly. It's going pretty well. We're not going to put the assembly back in the car, however, just because I still need all the space for working out the steering column. Nice. Micah's carrying that Discord with all the good parts. There we go. All right, it's not dry, but shh, we're gonna use it anyway. Like the front part is not dry, that's all. See, and that link here is going there, just like that. Now I need to find where that spring was connecting to. Is that here? Is that there? No. Is that here? No. Oh my God, I need to remember where that was connecting. Is that on top here? I don't think so. No, no. Wait, what? That maybe? No? Oh, the pedal itself. I'm a dum-dum. Is it? Could it be that? I don't remember, guys. Google's gonna be my friend. All right. 280 ZX clutch pedal assembly. Assembly. All right, let's go there. Let's see that. Big spring at the front. Yes, gotcha. What about the side spring, the big one, the long one, in fact? All right, why I can't find it? All right, I got it there. It's going somewhere at the top over there. Okay. All right, so that spring, did I just close the, no, okay. It's going this part facing pedals, this one going at the bottom there, and this. Oh, Micah, you know what? That hole we were laughing about. It's on purpose. It's where the spring does attach. All right, now I need to bring that up there, and that's the tricky part. What am I going to use for that? I can try it with just the plier. Yeah, I think it's been used a little bit, but yeah, it's basically the spring hole. Oh, that's a thick spring. All right, we might want to, don't do that this way. No, that's not going to be the way to do it. I need to think. All right, we are close when holding that there. That's something possible, I guess. You think it's not going to release the spring itself, right? All right, if you want to see me struggle, there you go. Because basically what I need to do is hold the pedal back there so it's getting closer to that. Wait, maybe pressing it entirely. Yeah, either way, we are getting super close. Maybe that's even a bit closer to that. Yeah, that's gonna be rough because I don't have the levering on there, and I don't want to be prying against the plastic tab itself. A smooth jaw pipe. I'm not sure what that is. Let's try something. There's something with that. I will need, honestly, I will just need someone holding that pedal like that. So I might just try to do that with a piece of wire, in fact, or metal. Wait for it. Wait for it. I just need something to hold that in place. So let's attach that to here. Spring might have the smallest amount of surface for us binding it. Tiny bit. Oh yeah, that's not false. I think it doesn't feel like it though, but yeah, I get what you mean. Look at this. I'm gonna pull the 5 head move on that one. Now let's just twist it until it's not going anywhere. There you go. So barely any movement in there. Sort des vice grip ou le tool pour les springs derrière drum brake. Ah, j'ai pas ça, je pense. Hey, bon matin, en passant, Pat. Comment vas-tu? Vice grip, that could be a good idea. Well, let's just try to pin that in its spot. Almost there. Oh my God, it's twisting a little bit. That was almost the vice grip in my face. Stop twisting, bro. It's not working really well. Ah, so close. Gosh. Oh yeah, you have a Subaru. I knew you had a Subaru, chef. Do you know what I am? Yes, Tonk. Spring 1, Vento 0, fight. Oh yeah, you know what? I don't freaking care guy. I have an American, I have a European, I have a Japanese car in my driveway, and I'm happy with all of them except one. But I have in fact two Japanese. I'm never talking about the other one. Oh, let's go. Now smoothly. There you go. Drop the mic. Oh, I'm not supposed to be forcing like this. Oh, that's not good. I'm too old for that. Fuck me. Let's go. Puis, qu'est-ce que ça donnait, Pat, tes histoires de third gen? As-tu réussi à t'en sortir finalement? See that? I'm gonna use the small cutter, it's gonna be easier. Toujours un cauchemar. Mais c'est terminé là le cauchemar. There we go. So you see guys what's happening right now? We can either press the clutch pedal to its full position or letting it go back here, and that's the exact thing you want. This is exactly what's supposed to happen basically. However, what you have to keep in mind is that here we're gonna have the master cylinder coming around here, and it's gonna press the pedal towards the inside of the car, which means when you're gonna release, the oil pressure is gonna press it first, and then the mechanism is helping you bring it back to the top. Because if you will not have that, it will stay in the middle somewhere around here. And I know a guy who had a Skyline that it did happen. Like at some point the brake pedal was releasing the clutch pedal was releasing the clutch properly, but you had sometimes it was sticking in the middle, even though the clutch was released, so that it was not sleeping, but you had to go behind and just tap a little bit the clutch to with the foot just to bring it back up. So that was a bit unconventional and not really cool to do, but yeah. J'attends l'explication pour le rebelle. Okay. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Like summer's all. I guess I don't have to tell you that, right? You know it already, but summer's almost gone, and you're just stuck with that. It sucks a lot. All right. Also, guys, I think the clutch pedal is not releasing to its proper place, just because I see that it's coming straight on top here, so we're just going to move that. Oh shit, I was twisting the cable. Let's try not to break the cables. Let's remove it again. So we're gonna make sure the clutch switch is barely, like right now it's stopping right on top of the clutch switch. I'm saying brake switch all the time. Yeah, basically. So basically, Chef, what happened is that the car from factory was a manual with inline 6 in it. However, now it has been during the 80s converted to a V8 automatic 350 carbureted engine from GM, and basically right after that, many years later, they blow up the 350 and put an ugly, disgusting Oldsmobile 307 in there. From factory, it's supposed to do 145 HP on a V8 5 liter. and that's not good. And it was probably more doing like 120 in the end. So yeah, so but there was still also the R2, no, not the R2, the 200 R4 transmission in there. So 4-speed automatic, and like I said, you know, the pedal box is gonna be different from a manual car or automatic car, and basically these are both some pedal boxes from a manual car. My car was a manual from factory, so I had the good pedal box, but I didn't have the clutch pedal in my spare parts crates in the garage on second floor. So I was looking for it, never found it, so I had to buy an entire assembly, and just to have the clutch pedal and like the linkage and stuff I didn't had. So yeah, so that's where we're at, and we're going back to manual transmission with a T56 Magnum in there. So it's a performance transmission rated for 700 pounds of torque, which is pretty insane. It's decent. It's decent. All right, it's always stopping on it. Oh yeah, so that switch is also a stopper, I guess. Well, it's not supposed to be, I think. All right, here we go. Here we don't have any more contact. There you go. I think I can play with that link here also to push it somewhere, so. There you go. So there, and if I put a grommet in there, it's gonna activate this switch perfectly. So boom, boom. Now it's all mechanism, it's releasing perfectly. The clutch pedal is slightly higher than the brake pedal, but I think that's normal. So you cannot basically step and left foot. Yeah, heel toe is gonna work. Clutch, yeah, everything's gonna work with that. So we're gonna readjust that if needed in the car, depending on how it feels and everything, because maybe it's gonna change a little bit later on, so we will have to see. All right, there you go, there you go, boom. Hey, that's a clutch pedal with module in the proper space and everything. Let's go, win. And one thing I'm happy to, another reason I'm reusing that, the master cylinder, the clutch master cylinder on this side, it's in better condition right now. The other one had a bent bolt. So look at this, look how bad that is. Oh, it's so twisted, like it forced toward there. Could have just replaced the stud, but not really a job I wanted to attend, knowing that everything's rusted. Here, everything is in good condition, so that's pretty cool. And also, I think, if I'm not wrong, that I do have somewhere around here the bolts going on top there, but I'm not sure. Is that you and you? No, maybe you. Maybe I will have to find them back, to be fair. Oh, you are one, so we have one there. And we're gonna see, because maybe we will have anyway to re-drill some hole in there, just because the wheel wood master cylinder might not fit perfectly. So yeah, we'll see. What does Micah say? You know what sucks replacing master cylinder, lol? I am doing that today, fuck my life. I hate the grommet and the clip you have to release behind. What's that? Oh, you have to replace some stuff in there, because basically what I know, one trouble I'm gonna have is the bolt pattern in here. I don't know exactly how it's gonna fit or not in there. Like, I guess the distance between the two studs here is going to work, but tilting the wheel with the master cylinder, so that's not nice. So I'm gonna have to find a solution with that. Maybe if it's tilted, I can just find one that has like 45 degrees angle in the reservoir, which will work probably. So yeah, I need to find a solution for that. It's gonna be more about just like looking around Amazon and internet and Google and find that. And one thing also I want to mention, I'm just putting my hand on the not so dry paint there. One thing we're gonna look at also is the brake booster and master cylinder, because here we also have a bit of work to do and some homework to do. So in here we're done. That's a part that I'm gonna keep for sure in my spare parts crate, because it can always be useful even just to look at it and have a reference. But yeah, so that's something we're gonna do. And here we have the brake booster that we already removed from the car. And one thing I need to look at, because this one is a bit rusty. At some point it's gonna start leaking, which is not ideal. So, and it's really hard to find. I want to look at maybe an upgrade for that. And from what I remember, if I'm using some logic in here, basically, just because, wait, I'm trying to put the grommet back. Doesn't matter. Okay, so basically what I was about to say is that this master cylinder can be used as an upgrade in the 240, 260 and 280Z. Keep in mind, mine is a 280ZX, which is the next gen after the Z1, which is going for crazy at the auction in the US right now. And so the ZX brake booster can be used with basically the Z. So that means the front here should be the same, right? Like it's supposed to be a straight bolt-on upgrade there. However, Mod Car Mods, like a few years ago, they did a 240Z mud, resto mud, which basically they took a really good one from Japan, imported just the shell, because of asbestos and regulation in Australia, they had to remove everything mechanical due to possibilities of asbestos in the gasket because of the era where it was built. And from there, they had to put a new mechanic in there. They did a R34 GTR engine swap in there, so the RB26 and everything, single turbo, over 400 horsepower, really something cool, a really cool car. And they did at some point a brake booster upgrade, and I need to rewatch that, because if I remember correctly, it's from a Toyota Hilux, or basically the old 4Runner we had over here in America. So which means I could probably put late 80s, beginning of 90s brake booster from a Toyota truck, which will be cool. I feel like it's a bit thicker in here compared to that one, but I mean, going from a brake booster from the 70s to a brake booster from the 90s, and having spare parts where this one I cannot find any spare parts at the moment, that will be a good thing. Like honestly, I'm really looking forward to improve everything on the car and make everything reliable, but also with the possibility of getting change. Like, I mean, you won't change a brake pedal or a clutch pedal, but these components at some point you have to change them. They are rusting, they are like, you see, there's rust. That's gonna at some point break and leak. The way it's all greasy at the bottom, I'm guessing it already started or almost started, so because the paint is just falling apart, which usually mean brake fluid in there. So yeah, see, Usually when your paint is peeling like that, it's brake fluid contamination. So that one is probably good to go. So yeah, we will have to see. Let's remove let's remove the master cylinder there, just so we can see behind it. I'm kind of curious. That's working, and is it working on you? Yes, it is. Am I able to twist it? No. All right, it's gonna be with a good old ratchet. Ratchet or key? Might go with the key on that one. So we will just look behind there, what's going on. There. All right, that one is still. All right, I need a hammer. It's hammer time, baby. Whew, that hasn't been removed for a while, I think. Well, I mean, I've been owning the car for 10 years and I never did that, so yeah, you bet it wasn't removed for a while. All right, everything's unsticking there. I don't know where my ratchet one is. I want to look for it because it will be so much faster. So we're gonna look under there because I need to see how it's done also to buy the proper parts. I'm looking at a kit at the moment, which is basically the Wheelwood master cylinder with a dual, well, it's one big reservoir split inside it, and with also the proportion valve for this exact master cylinder, so fitting with a bracket right on the side. So you have your knob to adjust the brake bias, really accessible and easy to put in there, so that will be so great. Because also for the clutch, one thing we have to keep in mind is that you can buy master cylinder with remote reservoir. So maybe we could basically have just the cylinder in here and have it a little bit tilted, like I mean on this side here, and have it a bit tilted and having just a 45 degrees angle, putting the reservoir a bit on top. That will be like pretty cool, I think. It will work. Release. Right. There we go. It's still. There's glue in there. You must be kidding me, right? There's freaking glue. Someone tried to seal that at some point. Hey, there we go. Oh, it's in bad condition. Rusty. Super duper, I don't even know what that is. Let me remove that. Any idea what that could be? It looks like a leftover from a lunch. It's disgusting. Honestly, it just looks like, man, I don't even know. It really looks like someone did oil mess in there and put some something to absorb. it's not looking good. That's what I'm gonna say. I want to go inside there and see what's going on. What's extra? Okay. Holy crap, that's not beautiful at all. All right, now we're gonna be able to use that. I'm guessing this is just a spacer used from factory on the car. Let's try to pull that out. Yeah. Don't think we're gonna find a lot of thing under here, like nothing different. But we can always take a look. Yeah. Look at this. Ugh. I have absolutely no idea what that is, but it's a bit disgusting. Honestly, it looks like not brick, but wood material. It basically looks like wood material, which is really not that great. It's not really the comparison I'm looking for. All right, I'm gonna put back just the nuts in there, so if we need them, we're gonna find them. There, that one there, and last one, where are you? Did I throw it on the ground? I don't think so. Oh, maybe baby, because it's not in there, that's for sure. That's not the last one we removed. How is it on the ground? I don't see it. No idea where it is. All right, we lost one. Cool. Yo. Oh yeah, and there's the bracket going over there. Yeah, it's not going to work now with without the spacer, but that's okay. Just going like that. Not even the, oh yeah, it's the good side. All right, let's put that aside for now. So yep, that's the part we're gonna be replacing. In fact, I want to replace everything, but hopefully we will be able to replace that one too. So, hey, we're doing pretty well right now. So that's pretty good. Right, let me change the can. Oh, I still have coffee, thanks God. All right, so that's cool. Because yeah, basically, if you want to see, I'm just going to try to, look at that. That's gonna work better. There you go, and there you go. So basically, what you can see in here is that we have quite a bit of space. So brake master cylinder, the steering column, and basically here is going to be our clutch master cylinder. So we have quite a bit of space in here. However, we have to keep in mind that we're gonna have the reservoir at the top here. So usually that one here should fit pretty well. We might have to just chop that depending on the brake booster we're putting in there, but it should be good. And that one, like I said, if it's tilted but I can put the reservoir right next to that wall here, I will be happy with that. I wouldn't mind it. So that will be cool, because I know there's remote one, because there's people running them inside the car. So in many race car, they are having remote brake fluid and also remote clutch fluid right inside the car, so they can see the level of it while driving. So if they are blowing a line, well, if they are bursting a line or something, they can basically just stop, because they will see the level go down. That's in theory. To be fair, no one's looking at that while driving. You don't have time for that. As Micah also said, we're gonna have to work on that. Throttle cable can be a pain in the ass, so we're gonna have to figure something out with that. At least we already have something custom made for the car in there that might be the starting line for what we need to do. So that's something we're gonna see later on when the engine is assembled and in place. But yeah, so everything's going pretty well right now. Like I said, I still need to look at what kind of parts I can put in here. I need to look back at this Mod Car Mods video about the 240Z to see if we can put the Hilux or something similar. Like I said, we didn't have the Hilux over here, so if we can put maybe like a 4Runner or something like that. I know it's the same kind of pattern, it's a square. I just don't think I just don't have the measurement to see if it's the good square pattern for that. So that's something we will have to take a look at. Cool. What else? Hey, we're pretty much done with that clutch pedal now. Like, we could put it inside inside the car, but like I said, I need all the space possible for basically getting access for the steering column. We're gonna have to work our way around with that. That's our main thing. Oh yeah, I need to message a guy. Let me, during the time I'm thinking of it, he was supposed to ship parts for me in here, and he never did. So I'm gonna ask him, Marketplace. All right, just asking him, is it shipped? Because he was supposed to do that on Monday and no news so far, and I already paid the guy. That's always a risk. At least it's like $20, so it's not too big of a deal, but at the same time it will suck, because it's basically the connector for the power line on the unit, so on the power steering unit. So I'm really looking forward for that. But yeah, like I said, it's basically bolting right in place right next to that. So if this is not getting in the way, we should be able to fit it really properly inside the car. We're just gonna have like a big bracket to do at the back to like basically just so the weight hang on that bracket we're gonna add to the car, and the front one's just going to be the pivot that lifted to the proper the proper angle. Then when we receive the half shaft, I will call it a half shaft, like it's the bottom part of the steering column, we're gonna see how it fits and goes through the hole there. We still have a plate we might be reusing for that. We will see. We can like maybe do something a bit special, but a bit of a Frankenstein, but that should work. So we're basically going to try to have a BRZ connector coming out of the firewall. Then we will have our steering rack in there, and we will just have to basically do the like transversal linkage, the link in between. That's basically a tube of metal with universal joint on both ends, going from Fiat to BRZ. So we will see. I wouldn't be even surprised that it is the same thing. Honestly, like in many cars, it seems like everything related to tie rod, steering rack, and stuff like that, they are a universal measurement. Like just for example, steering rack, what you need at the end for the just to thread in the inner tie rod, either M14 by 1.5 or M16 by 1.5. There's no other measurement basically other than that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Coffee time with the GR Toyota mug, which is pretty cool. All right, what else? There's so many things to do and I feel like doing absolutely nothing at the moment. Like, it's a weird feeling. I'm gonna have to also think of how we are bringing the wiring loom inside here with the engine, because we have that one for the body part. So basically body is going to be on the passenger side, and engine loom's gonna come from the firewall on the driver's side. So we might reuse the same spot as the original ECU to put the custom one in there, so that will be quite great. I need to look at thinking of that. I'm gonna take a look at when the place I need to go this lunchtime is open or not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's closing at 12 and it's reopening at 1, so I will have to wait after dinner, after having a lunch, to go there. So let's just first of all bring that in here and remove the gas bottle from there. So that's closed. Let's grab the wrench. We're gonna be basically removing the bottle because we need that to get filled up. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna need the hammer because it's super tight. But once it's started, it's super easy. Let's do that. Boom, 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 boom. This afternoon, we're gonna try to finish welding part of, like cleaning up part of the assembly in here. Like there's a few parts on the frame rail on this side, some bracket to clean again, like one bracket left, and we might try to do the little plates that's gonna go on both sides of the front frame rail to basically put them in there, and yeah, have just the plate covering the holes that we did on both sides. So that will be great. We might do a cardboard template for that. And then removing that bracket over there that we have. We're not seeing that, but we are basically having one little bracket left, so we're gonna be cleaning that. So at the bottom there, that's where we're gonna be cleaning. And there's also like the joint. Let me try to show you there. This we're gonna try to push it back in place and weld it, just spot weld it to the frame rail, so the cover is gonna be working. And we might start working on the floor right there. We might put the car in the air properly and just start working on how the floor is doing in there. So yeah, that's gonna be quite a huge deal too. So we're gonna make sure we're not setting the car on fire again. And yeah, look at this. So we clean up how it was repaired, because it's really not that great at the moment. Man, it's been only 2 hours, but I feel like I'm kind of not having a lot to do right now. So I'm wondering if I'm not just stopping there. Well, in fact, let's start pulling the car in the air. Half an hour, we can still do quite a lot of things. Come on. Come on, Vinto, you can work harder than that. Push yourself. People paid some sub this morning. You have to give some content, bro. And I still don't believe that you guys did that this morning. That was so cool. I love you guys. Okay, let's go. Time to leave the car. Boop. I also need to clean the trunk of the car. There's a wiring loom in there that I need to remove. And like, there's quite a lot of things I need to remove, because right now it's putting some weight in the back, and the car is really light at the front. So I'm always a bit afraid that it will tilt and fall. Like, there's no big risk, but it is light at the front, so it's not ideal. Wow. Imagine that's where it's crushing the ceiling. On the safety, let's go. Hopla. There we go. Let's take that into there. Boom. Hey, I can remove that now. You don't need to have that in your face for the entire time. Do I have a place to put that? Maybe up there. Wouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah. There. Let's put that back here. Just in the meantime. Point. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at this. I'm gonna put that here. It's so cool to have a webcam that's working properly. So what I'm looking at right now is okay, it's not happy in the low light setting, but okay, I'm looking at this. So let me try to still, okay, it's flickery, but it's gonna work, I guess. Well, yeah, basically we're looking at this. We can see that the square has been cut in there. It's like metal sheet on metal sheet on metal sheet on frame on metal sheet. So that's not great. So this afternoon, what I would love to do is basically try to close the gap. We might start right now, but try to close that gap, stitch weld it around here, remove the screws in there because we want to make sure it's smooth, it's clean, and then I'm gonna buy a sealant and we're gonna seal absolutely everything. But I will just like to know that my edges are stitched together and like in a good position for basically, yeah, just like being in a good shape and nothing like leaking or anything, because here the floor has been replaced up to the back here, so we might be stitching it in a few spots, but yeah. And then we're gonna seal that, making sure everything's clean And yeah, so that's pretty much that. Let's grab a hammer. Oh shit, that's true. I also need to go to the post office to ship back some tools I had that were not working properly. Hammer is on the welder. There. Let's just try to push some metal in place. Hoppa. Alright, so I'm gonna try to just bend the main firewall in place. Yeah, pretty much like that. See, that's just the little things that were not done on the car. Like, I mean, it took me what, 15 seconds? Hammer time, oh yeah. Like, it took me 15 seconds and I feel like, why did no one did that in the first place? But I guess, hey, you're paying, they just want the job to get done. They're not like caring at all compared to you for your shit, right? And like, it's not a bad place I went. Like, it's a really trusty place. The job usually is really good. This one, it's not bad. It's just that it's not great. I feel like for the kind of car, a bit more attention could have been put in there. Like see, now it's sitting flush to that, which is cool. And now with a few stitch welding there, just stitching it every inch or something like that, then covering up all of that with some proper covering up with some proper sealant. That's gonna be perfect. Right. There you go. Oh yeah, Micah, I don't know if you were there yesterday when I talked about this, but basically for the frame rail that's been crushed in here, we're gonna be like the one at the bottom here, this section, we're gonna be basically asking a friend to fabricate that, so I will be able to just replace that part right here at the bottom. And on the other side, I'm wondering if I'm not going to ask him to basically do a full piece from where the hoist is right now, so from here to here. If I gave him the proper drawing and everything, we might be able to redo everything in here. So with a clean under side here, under panel, and everything going up there. And I know I have part of that in the shed. I need to look at this, but yeah, so that will mean cleaning everything in here, so that will be great. So the frame rail will be like in super good condition. Yeah, I think too, so we will look, and if I have part of it like in good condition, maybe I can give that to my friend, and he's gonna have a reference, so he could redo that entirely with proper reference, so that will be great. All right, and let's close the gap at the top here. Man, it's springy. All right, that one we're gonna have to start welding it first if we want to make sure that it's closing properly. Go. Then here, yeah, we're gonna be stitching that there together. Then we're gonna be able to close that. We're gonna cut every screw in there, or at least buff them. Like, I don't care if there is some in the other side. I can deal with that, but yeah. Hey, what's up? Oh, hammer me, daddy. Mm-hmm. Hammer me. Sus. That one has a stitch welder there. We need the welder to work. Yeah, I'm gonna be stitch welding all this side, then going up there. Then we're gonna cut the screw in there and move forward along here. Yeah, we're gonna just be following that edge. And from now there, we're gonna be looking at the back here. And here it's, again, not great, not bad. All right, pretty sure that part has been welded from the inside. Yep, I can see where it has been welded. So that one, we might be okay by just sealing that, which I'm okay with. Just that I want to make sure it's strong in there. I just had the debris in my eye. Nice. Yeah, sealing everything's gonna be a must. I think there's something inside. Nutters, nutters. Same here. Gonna have to stitch everything here and then. Okay, bye. And then we're gonna be covering it with sealant. So I need to buy sealant. There you go. Cool. All right, and like I said, that one here, we're gonna try to close that to its place. And there was still some oil in there, I think. Pfft. That's gonna be a tough one to cover and seal. Yeah, that one's not going to go back at its place. We might even want to remove that cover and make one piece out of that. We'll see. Cool. So it's gonna be welding time this afternoon all over again. First thing first is going to be to look inside the car, make a cleanup, make sure there's no carpet in there. Do you know why? Because I set the car on fire last week. So, are you going to weld all this as well? Yep. Well, basically, I want to, like I said, I just want to go all around there and do every 1 inch tack welding. because I know it's welded from the inside too, so it's no big deal. And I'm gonna cut all the screws in there and just weld the top of them. So basically, welding is a crazy art form, no joke. I will feel so bad. Honestly, it's just practice. Like, yes, it's an art. Yes, you have to practice for getting good at this. I'm getting better. Like, I can show you a few things, but like in here, basically on the top here there was a hole. I just welded it and plugged it, and there was so many holes all around here. You see there's one here. I kept that one, but just in the front here and a bit everywhere around there was like maybe 10 holes, and I just plugged them with welds to clean everything. I feel like starting a fire is way easier to do than most people expect. Well, it depends. I was lucky on that one because I had proper material inside the car, so it didn't catch on fire too fast. But basically what you have to keep in mind is that when you are welding, like if I'm welding right here right now, if I'm starting to weld like this, well, I'm putting a lot of heat on this side, but also on the other side, and the other side is the interior. So if you have isolation, if you have carpets or stuff like that, they can easily catch on fire on the other side. So that's what happened. Basically, I had a layer of isolation and a carpet in the inside, and it catched on fire. But like, I was like, I should look inside to make sure. And as I look up, I saw that there was a lot of smoke in the inside. So I went in there, and basically there was a little bit of flame, but nothing too bad. I just had to smash it with the welding glove, and it was okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Like basically everything that's primer now. Just to give you an idea, on that one here, well, let me show you. On that one here, there was 6 holes coming down here and 6 holes on the side there. So it was basically like so bad. And yeah, so basically we did everything. We have here, you see there's a crack in there. I buffed it a little too much, so we're gonna have to fix that. But yeah, so same at the back here, we can still see them a little bit. Like there's 2 shapes, so yeah, there's a screw in there I'm gonna have to remove. So yeah, well, yeah, nice catch. That could have been bad. So yeah, so we're gonna also remove the battery, but like here we removed yesterday like some brackets and stuff, and like I'm trying to clean everything so that once we're done, everything's gonna be sealed in here, like I said. So all the joints around here, like all the layers gonna be sealed all together, just like we have sealant in here. And after that, once that's done, we're gonna be painting the entire engine bay in a glossy black, so that way it's gonna hide a lot of thing and blend everything together. And we will see for the underside of the car, we might go with just a good layer of good quality primer, and then we're gonna be probably using some gravel guard just to make a rubber coating to protect the underside of the car. So yep, that's gonna be quite a huge thing. We also have to remove most of the mechanic at the back of the car too. We have the fuel system to sort out. Yeah, basically what I want is fuel and brake line on this side here. If I were looking right there, so I want the fuel and brake system on that side and the exhaust system on this side, so this way keeping the heat on one side, keeping everything that needs to be cool on the other side. That should work perfectly. I feel like right at the end of the transmission, we're gonna have to switch, however, the exhaust system to just go around here and jump right next to the differential in there. So that's gonna be something we will have to look at later on. Oh, there's quite a big gap in here. Where's my hammer? It's hammer time! Time to crush that thing! I don't know where I put the hammer. Oh, it's on the ground. It's on the ground. I would love to be like Thor, grabbing that. This part here, if I'm looking on the other side, I'm pretty sure they cut it to fit and adjust the floor pan when they did that. Because basically the floor pan were all rusted when I bought the car and asked a body shop to redo them. I bought a kit and that kit was coming with like all the panels and everything, but you still have to adjust them. They are never perfect. And I think they cut it and they forgot to weld it. Because looking on the other side, there's a weld exactly at the same place. On the interior, we're gonna do some Pour 15 also. So that's gonna be cool. Pour 15 is basically a coating you can put straight above the rust. Like there's not a lot of rust, just surface rust in the inside because the water was leaking in the car for a while. And so we're just going to basically be putting Pour 15 that's protecting the panel from rusting for a really long time. It's a really good product. Just a little can is like $85, so it's really not cheap, but we want the best for a great car. All right, so I think we're gonna be ready to weld this afternoon. We're just going to have to remove some paint in there, but once that's done, we're gonna be in business, baby. Cool. So I think that's gonna be the time for my lunch break. Hey. I'm gonna grab some lunch on me, but my PC be looking. Well, I'm closing the stream now, so no worries, Blue. I'm gonna be back at 2, so thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Micah and Chef, for the Prime and the gifted sub. You're amazing, guys. And also, yeah, we're gonna be working on the car this afternoon, so basically in 2 hours from now, we're gonna be back with a new bottle of gas, and we're gonna be ready to just sand it and weld some more stuff in there and make that car freaking clean. All right, so I love you all, guys. I'll see you later, and yeah, have a good lunch. Bye.